आप कैसे जनरल नॉलेज को पढ़ाई करते हो? बिकॉज नॉट ओनली बुक्स, आई थिंक अदर सोशल मीडिया इज ऑल्सो अ की फॉर जनरल नॉलेज. तो आप कैसे करते हो?
The students are very hardworking. The potential that students of Success Point or the students of the state, that they have tremendous potential.
अभी तो क्योंकि सोशल मीडिया का ज़माना है, तो सोशल मीडिया एंड ऑल ये डिस्ट्रैक्शन होता होगा, आप कैसे उसको हैंडल कर पाते हो?
Depending upon the nature of competition, because the competition is very high of late, especially when you talk about the government services, we see that the best of the students, like the interview you would face in the commission. So we create a similar simulation in our institute or anybody who is doing that.
Hello viewers, we are here at the Success Point Itanagar today to know more about education and importance of education. Today we have a very good teacher and a senior teacher from the institute. He is Mr. Ashish Ranjan ji. So Ashish ji, welcome to ATTV. Today we will know more about what education is actually, and especially for the students who are seeing it, that we are here to deliver a conversation of how a student must be when you are preparing an examination. So sir, welcome to ATTV.
Thank you, and my best wishes to all the viewers and especially the students who are watching this show.
Thank you sir, thank you. Sir, before we start our conversation, can you just introduce yourself to our viewers?
My name is Ashish Ranjan, and I have been associated with Success Point Institute for the past 11 years in a more regular capacity for the past 6 years now. And I teach the subjects of history, ethics, integrity, aptitude, the subject of economics, and the optional subject of public administration for the combined competitive examination.
Okay. Sir, when it comes to competitive examination, how is the students of a Success Point and in your daily basis, आपका experience है, आपको क्या लगता है how a student must be?
Well, if I talk about my experience, I find that the students are very hardworking. The potential that students of Success Point or the students of the state, that they have tremendous potential. What I would suggest is that yes, the students need to be very, very consistent.
Okay.
There is no doubt that our students are capable of doing very hard work, but I think that with more consistent hard work, that there is nothing that they cannot achieve. The students is that you have to lead a very, very disciplined life. Most of the times today, if you see, especially in the era of social media, there is a lot of motivation which is coming from all the side. But motivation is very, very ephemeral. It's like short-lived.
Yeah.
You get motivated, you start working, then the energy drops down. I feel that students need to develop a very routined life. That will happen if you plan your sleep well.
Okay.
For example, how can I start my day? I can decide what time do I wake up, and then from there, yes, the number of hours are definitely important just for a sense of discipline. But say it is possible that you grasp a thing in reading only for an hour. But in my case, it is possible that I can read only in half an hour and understand the same, or maybe I need to read for 2 hours and understand the same. So there has to be a sense of discipline, therefore fix a number of hours. Besides that do have a good hobby so that you can always fall back to whenever the stress, the pressure is high, right? Make a routine to begin with, make a routine which is doable, because when we continuously fail on our routine, we accept it as a failed routine. So start with a very humble target, achieve it, then push your limit. Again achieve it, then push your limit, right? And then obviously depending upon the nature of competition, because the competition is very high of late, especially when you talk about the government services, we see that the best of the students, we have students leaving jobs, we have students leaving the IIM offers and preparing for government services in Arunachal Pradesh. So the competition is very high. To cope up with that, discipline is the only way out, and because it will come with some bit of a stress, so do have a good hobby.
Sir, coming back to the state again, when it comes to competitive exams, sir, state का जो exams है, APSSB Fiasco and APSSC Fiasco has been into the light for last few years back. So anything regarding that, because बहुत सारा लोग अभी तक कंफ्यूज है खुद का टाइम को वेस्ट करते हुए वो लोग बहुत सारा ऐसा टाइम वेस्ट कर दिया है, इवन लोग बहुत डिसअपॉइंट होके वापस एट द स्टेज बैक वो लोग अपना ही जगह पे आ गए. तो एनीथिंग उसका रिगार्डिंग में आपको कुछ कहना है तो?
See, when we look at any exam fiasco, be it in Arunachal or outside, because it has been very unfortunate that throughout the country we have seen certain episodes of compromise in the examination system. But taking your question very directly of the episodes in Arunachal, I'm still optimistic and happy that the exams have been, now that there is a hope that the examinations are being conducted very regularly. For example, in the case of APPSCC examination, you see the cycle being very fast, right? The notification came, the prelims examination was conducted in 2 months, the mains examination was conducted, the result is out, the schedule for the interview is out. So this kind of, this kind of a rejuvenated approach, it develops a sense of confidence amongst the student. Although my awareness about other exams is not very high, but I understand that the APSSB, the AE exams, etc., they have also been notified. So based on my interaction with the students, I do sense a new kind of a hope, a new kind of optimism amongst them, that they are again all geared up, that okay, the examinations are being conducted. So I see them working hard, in securing a government job now.
So coming back to confidence again, when we say confidence is the only key of a person to get to his or her success. तो सर जैसे फियास्को ने बहुत सारा लोगों का confidence खो दिया है. Even they have lost hope in other coaching centers, other teacher. तो उसका क्या बारे में आप क्या कहना चाहोगे?
See, I would not that as a matter of being diplomatically correct or something. I would stay away from making any comment of which I am not aware.
Okay.
And as somebody who coaches students for civil services, I think I should not comment on any matter which is sub judice, because the authorities are already investigating, the appropriate authorities are already involved. So when that is concerned, I'm a layman over there, so I should not comment on that. But regarding, yes, see, in life or during your student phase of life, during your career, that you will have certain ups and downs, right? You will have to pull up your socks, look at the positive aspects, and that is what I pointed towards, that the green shoots are visible now, that the exams are being conducted very frequently. So I would like to give this message to the students of state, that because the exams are being conducted very frequently, so please start working hard, prepare, that the vacancies are in good number. For example, we see in APPSCC this time itself, there are 140 seats.
Okay.
It's an unprecedented vacancy. Again, as I said, I don't know much about the APSSB, but what I hear that there is good vacancy. So that should be a good ray of hope for the students.
Okay. So again, when it is actually of a student and a teacher bonding, how do you think that Success Point is getting into that track?
Well, as far as bonding is concerned, good number of students call me Ashish.
Okay.
So I'm not just Ashish sir to them, because I myself have been a part of preparation, certain exams successfully, certain exams unsuccessfully. So, and when I'm speaking, I'm not just speaking for myself, I'm speaking for my colleagues also. So be it all the faculties of Success Point, myself, we have other faculties, Ashutosh Pandey sir, Akshay Jain sir. Our effort is that we always handhold our students. We are there in hour of their need. And I think to any good teacher, it comes very, very natural to them, because you would love to be part of somebody's journey. As you know that this journey has been a very, very long journey. So when I talk about especially the students who are preparing for APPSCC, as if many a times a question comes to my mind, that was I this sincere when I was writing my own exam?
Okay.
Because for the past 4 or 5 years I'm seeing their struggle. So when we see them doing good or bad, it's equally an emotional moment for us.
Yeah. So when it comes to mock examination again, even the governments are conducting mock examination for the upcoming examination, for the civil services examination. So how do you think that, and why do you think that mock examinations are important for a student?
Are you talking about the mock interviews?
Yeah, mock interviews.
The mock interviews are important just to have a simulation experience. Because say, as a student, I may not have been into that kind of a situation before. Many of the students, especially the appearing candidates, they may not have the exposure of an interview. So in general, the nerves would be high. You know, say if I can say on a lighter note, probably I'd be facing media after a long time, so I might have a nerves in my early, couple of minutes. So it is very natural for a student to have those early nerves. So I think, it's a kind of a simulation exercise. The more you sweat in in practice, the less you bleed in war. But at the same time, I would like to caution the students that the interview is also a test of your awareness. So it's important to face the mock test, but then only mock test will not help you. You will have to read a lot, the current events, develop awareness of issues, base opinion on issues concerning the state, our region, nation. There are so many things happening in the international arena that students must develop their awareness and form an opinion, and then test themselves in a couple of mock interviews.
So many of our viewers might not know about mock interviews. So can you be more detailed and more brief about mock interviews? That what is mock interview?
So mock interview is just like like the interview you would face in the commission. Okay. So we create a similar simulation in our institute, or anybody who is doing that. We call the experts. For example, we have invited many notable experts from outside and from within the state, along with our own faculties. We ask questions from a diverse range of subjects so that's to check the preparedness level of the students. We also put them under some situation, like especially those who are going to face the APPSCC interview, because they are going to become administrators. Okay. So they'll be handling key situation. So we'd also ask them factual question, opinion based question, some simulation questions like some role play, etc., and check and then advise on the basis of their response that where they need to work upon. So it's mostly like before going to the interview, you face something similar in nature a couple of times.
Sir, you said already that you have been working here and has been attached with Success Point for 11 years now, and that's a very long time. तो सर बहुत सारा टाइम ऐसे भी मिला होगा कि यहाँ का लोकल्स लोग का थोड़ा सा accent and other things are very rough and tough. तो सर इनका बारे में कुछ अगर कहना है, एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा होगा आपका?
I think calling that the local accent is rough is a kind of misunderstanding of linguistic art.
Okay.
Say suppose Hindi is my mother tongue, so I would speak it with all grace and humility. But when I speak German, I don't know the grace and humility of German, right? So I think the most beautiful aspect for me as a Hindi speaking person would be that I'm so comfortable over here because everyone speaks the language that I know. I'm not compelled to speak the language that I don't know. The tone of different languages vary, right? So I don't think that it would be very unfair if somebody goes by the way it is spoken, because Hindi is not the first language. Hindi is not the native language of this region. So it would be very immature if I say that I was ever offended by tone. Yes, in the very beginning when I came, for example, say I come from the Hindi heartland, Bihar, तो वहाँ पे शायद strangers को रे करके नहीं बात करते हैं. So मुझे शुरू में शायद लगता था कि अच्छा मैंने कुछ गलत किया है क्या कि इन्होंने ऐसे बात किया. But then that was my lack of familiarity with the place. Over a period of time, I feel अगर मुझसे कोई बोलता है अभी कह रहे इधर जाओ ना रे, तो I think he is considering me somebody of somebody from my own कि comfortable होके बात कर रहा है. हाँ.
तो सर वैसे ही apart from all of this, coming back to the serious topic again, sir, general knowledge वैसे ही बहुत important है. तो but there are many other people and viewers who are confused, especially aspirant, कि उन लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि घर में ही बैठ के पढ़ाई करने से भी हो जाता है, maintaining that discipline life. But how much do you think that a coaching center and a teacher is important to a student, sir?
Okay, the question brings a lot of conflict of interest for me.
Yeah.
Okay, but then let me clarify in very clear words that it is very much possible for anybody to engage in self preparation and qualify, right? There should be no confusion about it. आप खुद से पढ़कर बिल्कुल निकाल सकता है, but then for that you have to start at a right time. And yes, when I say coaching, why coaching is important? Because say the faculties have somewhat of awareness and experience into that field. So suppose if I say when I graduated in engineering, I did not have idea about humanities subject. So when I did my coaching, I got a lot of help from the experts as to what to study, what not to study. Because the syllabus is also very, very vast. So it was kind of giving direction to my efforts. Effort I will have to make. So my special appeal to those who are preparing by themselves is that start early, be in touch with somebody who knows this process, right? And at Success Point, we welcome anybody who walks in, whether our student or not. And in fact, with all humility, if I can say that, you know, we teach so many students that probably I would not know that who is an enrolled student or who is not. So when it comes to advices, a student is a student, right? So just be in touch with a good mentor so that, you know, he or she is able to guide you what to study, to what extent, to what depth you need to go. Say, I'll just cite an example that many of the students, they qualified their prelims examination this time, but then they had knowledge, but they did not have writing practice.
Okay.
So they suffered big time because they did not have the practice of writing. You know, writing is a different art. You may have knowledge, but writing it is a very different art. Interview, speaking in front of people is a very different art. So if somebody could tell you well in advance that, you know, it's not just the knowledge which will matter, you will have to do the writing practice, and at some point of time you will have to speak it in front of very, you know, notable people, very knowledgeable, experienced people. So you can start these preparations at a very, very early stage. So a mentorship is definitely important. Whether a coaching or not is a personal choice of the student. Yes, I would avoid being diplomatic. I think coaching becomes very, very important if you are not starting at an early point of time.
Sir, when we come to see that it is very important to find a mentor, as you have already stated now. Before that, sir, social media भी बहुत काम करता है, तो वैसे ही लोग जो है वो social media में भी, you know, अपना mentor ढूंढना चाहता है. तो sir, is there anybody whom you would suggest to follow them on whatever social media sites, so that like student who is preparing will get more knowledge and will be more confident in coming time?
Because I myself don't follow a lot of social media, so I would seek your pardon on that I'm not very aware. But then what my concern is that social media is filled with too much of information. You know, there is a problem of information overload over there. So it becomes very difficult, you know, to channelize कि हाँ मैं ये पढ़ूँ ये ना पढ़ूँ. There is a problem of plenty of information on social media. So I would rather advise students to just take some initial mentorship, maybe from a teacher, maybe from an elder, and stick to some very conventional basic books. Reading book is very, very important.
Very, very important. Okay.
Because social media, see, if you have any channel or something, and I'm again saying, I really congratulate all the people who are doing good work on social media. And if at all, if students find that, you know, there is some social media which is suiting their interest, you know, they should do it. If I were a student, what problem I face, that mentorship is very, very personalized. For example, when we are mentoring students for the interview, I just need to look that, okay, you know, somebody has come, that, okay, like, you know, you're Kunu, right?
Yeah.
That Kunu has come. I know Kunu for past 1 or 2 years. I know what is Kunu's hobby. I know what is Kunu's optional subject.
Yeah.
I know where you come from. So I will just start from a level which somebody who does not know me will take time for that. So my personal inclination is not very much in favor of social media, but if there is a right mentor, please find and go ahead with that, or else take good mentorship and start reading very conventional books.
Okay. Sir, again, when it comes to reading a book, कोई students होता है जो exactly 9 to 12 hours अपना time लगा देता है एक पढ़ाई करने के लिए, just to you know, crack the competitive examinations. तो sir, और कोई लोग होता है, they are naturally talented, तो they are like only they sit table for 2 to 3 hours, बस फिर भी उन लोगों को मिल जाता है. So there are many other people who really want to know that क्यों ऐसा होता है. In your opinion, why would it be?
I wish I had that natural talent to answer your question, but I think it's more to do with the concentration level. As I said in the beginning, that number of hours is very important for having a sense of discipline. But then it should not be कि I will study from 7 to 9 और 8 बजे से 9 बजे तक बस क्लॉक पे देख रहा है कि कब 9 बजेगा, right? So it's very important that you read a chapter, make certain synopsis of it, and then ponder over what you have read, right? What kind of questions can be framed on it, right? And generally we tend to forget because we do not keep up with the momentum. एक week पढ़ा, फिर कुछ something like, we know that we are socially very close-knit society. So generally students I see, they have a lot of social obligations as well. So they will study for a month and then probably because of some obligation, 15 दिन कहीं चला गया. तो वो breaks के कारण when they come back, they have to again start from the first square. So I think you can do something to increase your concentration level. For example, some meditation, focusing on your breath. It's one of the most conventional form of meditation because I generally have a busy schedule. So to calm myself, I practice this meditation wherein I focus on my breath. It helps me calm down. So probably I would like to share the same thing, that 5 minutes to 10 minutes every day, focus on your breath. That will help you calm down. That will help you retain things for a longer period of time.
Sir, again, if you have any message to all the aspirants and to all the civil service preparation students, any motivational message from your side?
Motivational message. Generally, I ask my students to stay away from motivation. Just focus on discipline. But then, see, there is always a motivation, and that motivation is a very small motivation, but it has to be there in your heart. Let your motivation not be made public to the world, and choose that daily dose of motivation and work tirelessly in that regard. It's a very tough competition. Some of us make through, some of us we don't make through. Just make sure that you make an honest effort. If you get through, serve the society with the best of your ability. If you don't get through, remember, this is not the end of world, right? So there is definitely a reason. For somebody civil services could be a childhood dream.
Yeah.
For somebody civil services could be a very rational choice, that it offers a good career progression, a very stable job, at the same time opportunity to contribute with the society. So find your reason. There is always a reason. There can be this hope of kind of making your parents proud, right? Achieving big heights in your life. So find one strong reason that why you want to get into the services, right? Let that reason be the strong guiding force for you always. And then the key is discipline, right? Too much overdose of motivation, I think it takes away discipline from life. So discipline remains the key.
So today we have an aspirant to let you know that she is also preparing for the next civil services examination. She is one of them. So let us know how does she manage the time. आपका नाम पहले बता दीजिए हमारे viewers को.
मेरा नाम है सुजैन केनपियोरी.
Okay. So where are you from actually?
Actually I hail from West Siang district, Alo.
Okay. तो आप अपना time management कैसे करते हो?
Time management, I think like it differs from person to person.
Okay.
Sometimes I used to study for 8 hours. Sometimes it's 5 hours. So I think it depends on the person.
Okay. So how is the preparation going on?
As of now, I'm preparing for my interview. So I'm still in the process.
Okay. We have heard that even the governments are, conducting these mock interviews and also. Have you given one of them?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
No.
So what message would you give to the other aspirant who are there at home, आपका तरफ से?
Like I feel like मुझे लगता था कि ये एग्ज़ाम बहुत टफ है, but if you work hard, I think you will be able to clear it. But I'm not the right person because I haven't cleared my interview as of now. But अभी मेंस के लिए I can say that अगर आप मेहनत करोगे तो possible. Yeah.
Okay. So how much in a day? How much hours do you sit in a table?
As I mentioned already, it differs. Sometimes when I'm motivated, I can study for long duration, but sometimes I like around 5 hours. Yeah.
Okay. अभी तो क्योंकि सोशल मीडिया का ज़माना है, तो सोशल मीडिया एंड ऑल ये डिस्ट्रैक्शन होता होगा, आप कैसे उसको हैंडल कर पाते हो?
I usually deactivate
all the accounts.
Yeah, but there are times when I want to check it, then I'll install again. So it's up and down.
तो how do you know about general knowledge? क्योंकि general knowledge वैसे ही बहुत important है to crack a competitive exam. तो आप कैसे general knowledge को पढ़ाई करते हो? Because not only books, I think other social media is also a key for general knowledge. तो आप कैसे करते हो?
In terms of social media, I think Facebook it's a good platform. उसके बाद best reliable source तो newspaper ही होगा.
अच्छा. आपका ideal कौन होगा? If you come to one person, अगर आप बोलेगा कि हमको इसका जैसा बनना है, and somebody who has done with the competitive exams and is giving message to all the other aspirants, आपका कौन होगा वो one person अगर आपका तरफ से होगा तो?
Ideally कोई specific person नहीं है, but अभी हम लोग का आलो में जो करंट डीसी मैम है, हगे मामू, I feel like she is a very good administrator. Yeah, or she also comes from psychology background. हम भी psychology background का, तो somehow I feel motivated when I look at her.
Okay, thank you for joining. That's all for today. I hope that every aspirant needs a teacher like you, and I am really sure that every aspirant or somebody who is really preparing for the civil services examination will listen the video very carefully. And that was all for today. This is Kunu signing off from ATTV.